In this session, we are going to cover the flow of the Action Coach Business Operating System, ABoS. Let's start with your review score. This is all about where the business is today. We start with the review because it gives us the truth, a clear position of where your business is right now across the 6 core areas: mastery, marketing, systems, team, scale, freedom. And underneath each one are the supporting systems that make it work. That score becomes your baseline. It's not a judgment, it's a starting point. One important thing, scores can change over time, and that's normal. Early on, some business owners and CFOs score themselves high in an area simply because their current version of great has not yet been fully defined. As you're being coached, your finer distinctions within each area will grow, and sometimes that means a score might drop before it rises. That's not failure, that's clarity. The review gives us a foundation and answers the only question that matters. What should we work on first that will move the business? Next, we move into annual alignment. This is where we set your direction for the next 12 months. For new clients, you'll usually do the annual alignment within the first few weeks of starting with Action Coach, once you've reviewed the scores and started a little early traction work. Annual alignment is where we set the desired state, based on what we learned in the review. Now, here's the key. You don't need to build a 50-page masterpiece on day one. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. They try to complete everything, tick every box, write endless goals, and they overwhelm themselves. ABoS is an operating system. It gets better every time you use it. So in the annual alignment, we keep it practical. A handful of personal goals for the year. A handful of business goals for the year. A few KPIs that matter. You're building the habit of thinking and operating your business in an ABoS flow that grows your business's capabilities. 12-month direction plus measurable targets. And you'll notice something. Depending on where they scored poorly, you might focus more heavily on mastery and marketing early on. Some business owners don't need to go deep into team and scale yet, not until the fundamentals are under control. Now we tighten the focus with your 90-day plan. This is what we're executing this quarter. The 90-day plan is where we take the annual direction and ask, what are we committing to for the next quarter? If you've done annual alignment, the 90-day plan becomes easy, because you simply import the goals that matter most right now. If you haven't done the annual alignment, maybe you're an existing client or it's not the right time of year, no problem. The 90-day plan can still stand on its own. You can simply type the goals directly into the 90-day plan. Personal goals for the next 90 days. Business goals for the next 90 days. KPIs to track. So the flow is: annual, 12 months, gives direction, 90 days gives focus. Then we build the strategy plan. This is where we turn goals into the actual strategies to win. Now we move from goals to execution thinking. Here's what happens in the strategy plan. We take goals, and we build strategies underneath them. So you'll pull items across from personal goals into the strategy plan, business goals into the strategy plan. Then you add the strategies that will make those goals real. And again, this matters. Do not dump everything in at once. If you preload your ABoS system with 10 goals and 50 strategies, you'll get exactly one result: confusion, overwhelm, and zero execution. Less is more. With a new or less experienced business owner using ABoS, we might pull in one goal and build it out together during coaching sessions. Make it simple. Make it clear. Make it executable. We've seen what happens when people get overwhelmed. Historically, we had systems that produced huge reports and nobody used them. The output looked impressive. But the business didn't change as the first steps were too big. ABoS is about what works in the real world. After that, we drop into Weekly Lions, your weekly attack plan for getting the right things done. Now, we enter the execution engine. Weekly Lions are not theory. Weekly Lions are where you decide, what am I getting done next week? Here's the most important mental shift. Up to this point, we've been flowing down. Review, annual, 90-day strategy. But Weekly Lions work the other way. Weekly Lions are where you start pulling up. You look at the 90-day plan and strategy plan and pull in what you're going to execute this week. And weekly means weekly. You build your lions on Friday afternoon because it's your plan for Monday to Friday. When you first start with ABoS, last week will be empty because you haven't run a week yet. That's fine. The point is, you're building your forward execution rhythm. Inside Weekly Lions, you're not just importing a strategy, you're breaking it down into tactics and tasks. This is where work becomes real. A simple rule. Strategy plan equals strategies. Weekly Lions equals tactics or weekly execution. Daily Frogs equals today's commitments. Weekly Lions is your weekly battlefield plan. Now, we go to our to-dos. To-dos are useful, but they're not the core system. To-dos are where tasks can sit when they're ready to be actioned, but the mistake people make is dumping everything into to-dos and turning it into a junk drawer. You don't want 60 things screaming at you every day. So the smarter approach is, keep the work organized in Weekly Lions. Move items into to-dos only when you're ready to execute them. Then pull from to-dos into Daily Frogs. To-dos are a visual checkpoint. Weekly and daily are where you actually operate. Then we go into Daily Frogs, your non-negotiables for today. Daily Frogs are simple. These are the key tasks you will complete today. Daily Frogs import from to-dos, which you fed from Weekly Lions. So the daily rhythm looks like this. 1. Look at Weekly Lions and decide what matters today. 2. Move that item to to-dos. 3. Pull those items into Daily Frogs. 4. Execute. This keeps you focused and prevents overload. The whole point is, you're not trying to do everything. You're trying to do the right things, consistently. Here's the key point. Real work gets completed in Weekly Lions and Daily Frogs, not in the planning pages. This is critical. You don't achieve anything inside the 90-day plan. You don't tick off your life inside the strategy plan. Those are planning layers. Execution happens here. Weekly Lions, what gets done this week? Daily Frogs, what gets done today? That's the mechanic of ABoS. Plan higher, execute lower. Now we lock in accountability with weekly KPIs, a fast weekly check of what moved and what didn't. Now layer in the team cadence. Typically, the weekly rhythm looks like this. Everyone sets their Weekly Lions first on a Friday afternoon. Then the team meets, often Monday. In that meeting, you review the weekly KPIs dashboard. You identify what moved, what didn't, and why. And you adjust execution for the week. That KPI review doesn't need to be an hour. Sometimes it's 3 to 5 minutes. But it creates the culture of a real business: numbers, accountability, and learning. And finally, remember this. ABoS is your operating system, but your coach drives accountability with the focus sheet. That's where your coach does the thinking, priorities, and commitments. ABoS lets you see what's going on. Your goals, your plans,